I mean, firstly, we flew from Shanghai. So I think from Shanghai, we flew to Xining, still in China.
We have just finished our visit to Tashilhunpo Monastery, which is very beautiful inside. Unfortunately, we can't film. They are all Tibetan, and they're all going to Mount Kailash.
It was a teaching in life. It was a teaching of the Dharma by itself. We really were able to examine our nature of mind. We were really able to examine the teachings of the Buddha from all aspects doing this holy trip.
And Roland feels absolutely sick.
No, because last night I cannot sleep. I get a stiff neck, you know. Now I have pain all on my neck. And every time we bump, oh, it's really painful.
Namaste from Kathmandu in Nepal. Today is the 8th of August, 0808, 2022. Exactly 20 years ago, in August 2002, from Shanghai to Tibet, a journey which is a holy pilgrimage to a mountain called Mount Kailash. Everything will be explained in the movie. But I'm very excited because it's my 20th anniversary of having made that trip, which will today, for me, not be possible anymore to do it. And even today, I wouldn't want to do it because it's not possible anymore to do it just by myself and with my wife and the guide and the driver. Today, it's group ticket, group herding. It's not the same anymore. So enjoy the movie and let me know any comments if you want. And yes, das ist die. I mean, firstly, we flew from Shanghai. So I think from Shanghai, we flew to Xining, still in China, for 1 day acclimatization. So we stayed 1 day in Xining, and then a day or the second day we took the short flight from Xining to Lhasa.
We have just arrived in Lhasa, and this is our first picture of the Potala Palace. We are still suffering a little bit from the high altitude sickness.
And so we were already a little bit acclimatized. But when I really stepped onto the tarmac from the plane in Lhasa, I almost fainted because I already could feel that the air was very thin. I think Lhasa is 4,200 meters above sea level, and as you know, Shanghai by the sea is on 0 meters. It's on sea level, so there's quite a difference. But luckily we had acclimatized, I think in Xining, it maybe was 3,500, 3,600 meters above sea level. So that was good. But then everything started to be, it was like a movie starting to play. I mean, everything was just, I don't know. never seen before. It was a really adventure that started.
Sure. I'm standing on the roof of the Potala Palace. Clouds in the sky.
Well, the first impression of Lhasa and the impression about people and the land and everything, I mean, at that time I was already living more than 25 years in Hong Kong and China, so I was already familiar with the Asian culture, very much so. I was dealing in Asian art as a antique dealer. I've been to China, many places, and Southeast Asia. So it was not exactly a new thing for me culturally. So there wasn't a big culture shock. And as I said, the moment I landed, I took charge and I got with the program that I wanted to shape the way that I can control it. Having been a Buddhist, being sort of in the here and now, I was not at all insecure or anything. That I started filming with my little camera. We were at the Potala Palace already inside because we had like a VIP permit or whatever. And I was told that already through the night people had gathered outside the back door wanting to get into the Potala, and then we filmed the moment that they opened the door, and that was just like an avalanche. It was just like a raging river, flood of people from all over India, Tibet, foreign lands, all wanting to do this holy pilgrimage to see the Potala, not even to go to Mount Kailash, but just coming from all over the places, a different faith, Hindus, Buddhists, different nationalities, all really wanting to see the Potala Palace, the great seat of the Dalai Lamas.
Oji tomi emzaji kuye uchina sundare goye narza yulo loye bol chusle pa kuye torta sure go
And after, having been practicing Buddhism under great masters for, as I said, 20 to 25 years at that time, I really, it was a teaching in life. It was a teaching of the Dharma by itself. We really were able to examine our nature of mind. We were really able to examine the teachings of the Buddha from all aspects doing this holy trip. And it was in the year of the Iron Horse, which was significant because I'm born in the year of the horse in 1954. I'm a wooden horse. So, but it said, as I later learned, that if one did the trip in the year of the Iron Horse, for some strange reason, it counted 12 times. So it was not only counting doing that trip one time, it counted 12 times. So that was also blowing my mind quite a little bit, just thinking about my good karma that I was blessed with. This was very good because we as a team, now we are 3 guys and my wife, we learned to play with each other, organize with each other, got to know each other. But in between, of course, we had a lot of time also in these 3-4 days to explore Lhasa. I mean, to really see the Yokkang temple, to see the Maitreya Buddhas, to see the Potala, which is huge. So that was, and then Lhasa is completely bustling, and there is nightlife, and there are restaurants, and there is people, endless. It's really a trip in itself. And when we finally said after these 4 days, okay, we are ready to go, and we hit the road, it was almost like getting into meditation, because we left all this hustle and bustle behind and were traveling now towards Dashilumpo.
Today, after driving the whole morning from Lhasa, we have arrived in Shigatse and are now visiting the Dashilumpo monastery. It's a beautiful day today, clear blue skies. It was a very exciting drive.
No villages, no towns, no nothing. Quiet. And during these days of travel, we mostly didn't speak much. We just really, our head was so full with the impressions and images and nervousness and excitement, and it was just like really like a mirage, a kaleidoscope of colors and impressions, that on the way towards Dashilumpo, we really composed ourselves and said, well, now it started. The trip has started. We are on the way.
This monastery was founded in the 15th century by the first Dalai Lama.
was really a big contrast because there are no tourists, only the monastery, only quiet, and thousands of prayer flags fluttering in the wind. And that was really the opening eye moment where we saw almost the difference in samsara and nirvana in a way. Busyness, and peace. So this was a very beautiful introduction to the trip to come.
This was our 5-star accommodation last night. That's the kitchen. The driver. Good morning. Tour guide has also woken up. These are our bathroom facilities. We've got a window and 3 toilets. Very sophisticated, straight down the hall. We have just arrived at the Yak Hotel in a place called Taya. In the middle of nowhere. It has been an unbelievable drive for about 7 hours over mostly dirt tracks, crossing rivers, bumping along. How are you feeling? Dizzy. Why?
I had a very bumpy ride. Yes.
There's our
That's our
battered
camping ground.
Jeep. Our battered Jeep. Toyota Land Cruiser. Annie, time to wax the car. We want to look spick and spiff tomorrow morning.
And Roland feels absolutely sick.
No, because last night I cannot sleep. I get a stiff neck, you know. Now I have pain all on my neck. And every time we bump, oh, it's really painful. These are our friends. They're also going to Mount Kailash. There are 70 people on one truck. They are all Tibetan and they're all going to Mount Kailash.
So I can truly say that this first part was getting organized, starting the trip. Now we were truly on the way. We were a good team. We were played in to each other, and now we were on the road to Mount Kailash. I see you in the second part where you will see the journey towards Mount Kailash, and it is as exciting a feeling as it is to watch the movie and how we got there and what we found along the way. So, see you in part 2.